Good morning, you guys. It is the morning after the night before, and we have to talk about what happened in Norway. It is so good to see so many faces joining you and Crab, Lil Catherine, Rayan07, Amaran. Oh, we're just giving folks time to join. So before we start, let's go around and say hello. Let's start in Denmark. Mr. Simon Falk, good morning.
Good morning to Great Britain and Stuttgart. It is a almost bright and sunny day here in Copenhagen at the coronation for our new king later today.
Oh, wow. Yes, Queen. How are you feeling about the departure of your beloved queen?
Well, I mean, she has an age where she is allowed to, retire. But we haven't seen an application ever like in this country. So it's very unusual. But it's like, let her have the good years that she has remaining in her life. Enjoy her grandchildren, enjoy her retirement, and let Frederick and Mary do their job and be king and queen of kings, in Denmark.
I gotta say, there was an abdication 2014 when Emily DeForest passed on that crown to Conchita. Freddie Tennyson in the UK, good morning.
Good morning. Now, it's been less than 24 hours since William and I saw each other.
Yeah. I've been weeping in the past few hours, except we were at the gym on the floor. It was disgusting. All right, we're going to move on. Sinan, good morning in Germany.
Guten Morgen, mein Schatz. Ich liebe dich so sehr.
Well, that sounded beautiful. So you guys, last night was semifinal one of Melodi Grand Prix in Norway. Margaret Berger returned, Gothminster went through, and I tried to do a dance break, but girl just stood there. Let's start with your thoughts, Simon. Are you happy with the acts that qualified?
I am happy. It was the expected three, I think, of the six, at least. Our readers thought that in the poll that we made, and I think so too. It was the strongest three for me, and for me, Margaret stood out actually. Also because I like her kind of song more than I like Gothminister, but Gothminister was really strong as well. So yeah, I'm happy, and I can't wait to see what Margaret will slay on the scene in Trondheim.
Apologies, there is an echo. Everyone is saying there is an echo. I have turned my volume down. Hopefully that reduces any feedback. If you guys could also reduce your volume, that might help with feedback. All right. Thank you, Krista G. We have hopefully sorted that out.
Put some headphones on.
Yeah, absolutely. You go get those headphones, and we'll move on to Sinan. What did you think?
Oh my gosh, Melodi Grand Prix again, since past few years, they slay on the show. Stagings are amazing. The camera shots and the whole presentation of the song, I absolutely loved it. And I'm so happy that Margaret Berger went to the final. I didn't know that three singers are going to the final. I thought two or something like that. I don't know why. And I think my favorite was Ingrid. Oh my gosh, that performance. I remember last night I watched, few seconds of the dance break part, and then while it was ending, that part, and towards the end, I was like, I'm not sure if I like this very much, but I watched it full today, and yes, girl, I love the song, I love her, she is amazing.
Sinan, you're still echoing people say. It's Adel, this is live, it is not recorded. Apologies, it is not better. I don't know who... Do y'all have the YouTube video open? If you got the YouTube video open, please close it. Still can't hear everyone, though. It's okay. All right, well, we will try to figure this out. We continue.
Sorry.
No, you're fine, babe. I just want to read this comment from Lil Catherine. I was in the studio for MGP, loved the show, not surprising results. Margaret was definitely one who people were very happy for. Also, great job by the new staging director. Freddie, thoughts on MGP?
Yeah, it was interesting. I was really pleasantly surprised by Aya, actually. I thought it was an amazing song. I was very reminiscent for me of like kind of early noughties Eurovision, maybe like, not to say it's dated. For me, it was kind of bland, quite generic song. I know people love it, so I'm probably offending a lot of people. And also, again, what is with the kind of office wear dress?
Okay, well, thank you for sharing your thoughts. You were very direct, North London, giving us that May Muller realness. I have now put on headphones because people suggested this might be the problem. I hope this sounds better.
It's you.
Oh.
Was I the problem?
William? I
Hey,
knew it. Oh
it's
my
me.
gosh.
Oops. Listen, I love Margaret Berger, but I think if you can't dance, don't dance. It looked very much like office worker deciding to dance at the party after a few drinks. I would have much preferred to see her stand in place doing nothing. It was very Nordic to me. That's a compliment, Simon. It was very Nordic, very sleek. I just don't think it's that memorable. It just felt a little flat. This is not a Eurovision winner, and this is not better than I Feed You My Love. I am not being shady. I am just speaking my truth, speaking with my heart. I expected more. I just expected more. And also with Gotham Minster, I really love the visuals. It's very poltergeist, very satanic. Not that I'm into devil worship, but it had an image, it crafted something. But then that little girl, it it was just a little uncomfortable, and it felt like, I don't know, Tesco statements. Because with statements, they went all out with the polter. I don't know. I just was slightly underwhelmed with this semifinal. Final point. Aya, the girl in the white, the toilet paper, the dancing again. It was not the singer should not dance unless they can really dance. This reminded me of Ella from Brazil in MGP last year, the year before. She couldn't dance. And you strobe lights can't cover that fact. You're not going to hide it. You're not going to make someone move by flashing some lights. I'm sorry. Do you think any of these songs could challenge for the win in Norway, Simon?
Well, it has to be Margaret, but I agree actually with what you're saying. It's not impactful enough also for me. And I think what we will see is that, for me, this was the weakest of the three semifinals in terms of what quality we're going to get. I might be wrong, but this felt like the safe semifinal. It was easy to predict. Margaret is the only one for me who could do it's very Eurovision-esque, so the international jury might go for that rather than go for instance, Kano or Super Rob. But I don't really think that it will win.
Movie Man writes, Norway has two options, Super AI and Kino. Freddie, continuing with what Simon said, what do you think? Was there a winner last night? Is it going to be Super AI?
I think it's probably going to be Super AI. I think Super AI is a brilliant song. I think there's already a kind of theme going on where it's either you're giving us kind of next to nothing or you're giving us far too much this year at Eurovision, and it's just like my brain is either exploding or falling asleep, and I think that's kind of showing already. I think more of the simpler songs need a bit of elevating, and they could really challenge these big kind of AI or Gothminster, those kind of songs.
Sinan?
Oh, no, I don't think I saw the winner of Melodi Grand Prix last night, but no, I didn't. I did not, and I can't wait to see Kaino and Super I. Oh my God, that's going to be like a super interesting performance. Like this is the most interesting act I think of all, and not safe at all. Like she literally opened herself like, this is me and I'm risking everything, like everything I have, and yeah, I'm so excited about that one.
All right, we didn't talk about Kaino, so we need to have thoughts on Dim Digga Da Da Digga Dim. I think as a studio cut, this really stands out to me. This is the one that popped. This is the one that, like, it's original. At the same time, it's Aqua, it's 1997 coming into 2024.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fine with that 90s revival. It's going to do really well with the televoters. Juries, I don't know, but Ms. Alexandra Roten, she can sing Simon Falk.
Yeah, I had the same thoughts as you. I mean, William, you and I are 90s kids, so this is, right up our alley. I don't know which music you listened to in the 90s, but this is also being Danish, having this aqua vibe, and also some of the other Danish acts who were out then. We had Days, Superhero, and by the way, listen to Superhero and then listen to My AI afterwards. You will see some similarities, and this is for me, Dam Digida is like Aqua's breakthrough hit, Roses Are Red. So I love it. I know I'm biased because it's kind of and they have become such big fan favorites in the Eurovision community. So yeah, I mean, there will definitely be a big audience for it. We saw a kind of similar song yesterday with Woman's Show. But I think Kino will have a bigger impact on the audience in their semifinal.
I'm looking at you, Freddie.
Hey, I think it's really fun. I don't know if it was brought by another act that wasn't Kino, whether we'd be paying this much attention to it. But it's a really fun song, and I would gladly add it to my Spotify playlist. It's very Aqua. Also, Breakthrough Sack, Roses Are Red from Aqua. I'd never heard that song in my life. That must have been a local one. But
it was before Barbie Girl.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to hold my reservation until I see it live. I mean, they can perform live. They really can perform live. We saw that in Tel Aviv. So let's see what happens.
I'm getting a lot of static and snow. Now that I put in my earphones, Freddie, maybe unplug yours. Let's see what happens. I'm just curious.
The headphones?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, the static stopped. So there's some
It stopped.
But now it's back. Okay, let's put the headphones back on. This is a hot mess. Clearly, we're just getting started with this season.
Of course,
Apologies.
it's Wiwibloggs.
We'll figure it out.
The UK internet, which we experienced in Liverpool, was very brief. Let's just say that.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, look, a final question. This keeps coming up in the comments, and I just want to get your thoughts if you have any. Rebecca asks, or says, I'm hoping for Gåte, the kind of Nordic fantasy Thor's hammer type song. Do you guys have thoughts on that?
Yeah. By the way, it's Gåte. Just like Måneskin, it's Gåte.
Oh,
so
thank you, honey.
Now we have that out of the way. It means riddle in Norwegian, so it's actually very easy. They are the Norwegian favorites by a far margin. If you look at the comments, by Norwegians, it's clearly their favorite, and there are people who've been waiting like 20 years for having them in MGP. And also in our poll, if you took the result of the overall poll, yes, kind of won it, but if you took the Norwegian votes only, Gåte won it by a fairly big margin. So they will really, also get a big televote in the final. But the thing is, will Gothminister take some of their votes? Because, people go for a rock entry. Will they go for Gåte or will they go for Gothminister? But Gåte is right up there, and I think Gåte might have a chance to win it all.
I'm getting silence from Freddie and Sinan.
Sinan, you could take this one.
Okay. Silence because I haven't listened to the song.
Yeah.
I think I'm waiting for the live performance, but I love I watched the presentation and I love their aura. It's like, I don't know, vampire, werewolf, Twilight, Evanescence, kind of gothic. I absolutely love that. It's so dark, it's so cool, and I think the song should be nice, but we will wait to hear it live.
And Sinan, honey, will you do me a favor? Will you try muting yourself for 1 second? I'm just curious. Will you mute yourself for 1 second? Okay, you're not the static. Sorry. Simon, will you mute?
I won! Oh my God.
Will you mute yourself for 1 second, Simon? It's not you either.
Is it me?
Maybe it's...
Freddy.
Okay, hold on. Let me mute myself.
Oh my God, it's you. It's you.
Hold on, I got some work headphones.
Yeah, that better be some WERK work to make up for the staticky snow. All of our
Let me
listeners
go
have
get my
died.
mark.
Thanks, Begs. We will move on, actually, while he is away. This wasn't
Sunday
original.
chaos.
I know he didn't listen to the songs in Luxembourg, so I want to very quickly... Sinan, did you listen to Luxembourg? Okay, so Simon, this is a good interlude for you to discuss Luxembourg. I'll give my quick take because I think you've listened to all of them. I just listened to the snippets because I wanted to decide whether to do a full-on reaction video. And listening to the snippets, I was really underwhelmed, to be honest. Like, none of them grabbed me, and it was sort of comparing different shades of beige. And because it was comparing different shades of beige, I was like, I don't want to film a reaction video because then I'm just going to be negative for like 18 minutes or whatever it is. 20, I don't know how many songs there are. So Simon, what is your take on Luxembourg?
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I was underwhelmed as well. I listened to them last night because I knew we were going to talk about it. And I think I have like maybe one or two songs that could potentially win, but won't be up there having a chance. It might qualify for the final just because it's Luxembourg and because, you know, they're back after 30 years and people will have sympathy for that. But song quality wise, I didn't see a song that was like, okay, this one, yeah, watch out for that. There's one song that I think will win and I think could do okay, and that's the Fighter by Tali. The others didn't really get me either.
Well, goodness, that was both concise and damning. Thank you for the efficiency. Julia 2025 says Crick has to represent Luxembourg. Did you listen to Crick?
I did listen to it. And as I say, it wasn't one of the songs that really grabbed me. It's because, I think I listened to Luxembourg and Ukraine and the two Finnish songs that we have last night just to have them, fresh in memory. And this year seems like we have a lot of songs that want to be edgy, want to be, kind of out there. And I don't know, I think I'm old-fashioned Eurovision fan in that sense, that I love my pop songs, I love my bops, I love my big ballads and stuff like that. And if everyone is trying to be edgy and be like, oh yeah, look what we are showcasing or whatever, it's fine, but it's not my taste. So hopefully they will, hit some other people in the audience better than me, but Luxembourg didn't.
Yeah, based on the snippets, it's fallen into this gray zone of what a Eurovision song is. Like, this is the type of song I would expect, no offense, in the lower rankings in Denmark. It's like, we've got 2 or 3 good songs, we got to fill out the rest of the lineup. So let's get the generic song from, that's what it feels like. And I'm hoping that live, the power of the vocals will somehow elevate this. Freddie, who talks through a tin can with some Wi-Fi, do you have thoughts on Luxembourg?
I have zero thoughts on Luxembourg. I haven't been following. I've been reading. Is it true that they're being made to sing songs not by the artists themselves? That's all I know about Luxembourg this year.
The drama.
It's a good point. You don't feel the connection with the music, like, thus far. But look, I don't want to turn this into a shade fest because the live show hasn't happened.
Stop being shady.
So we're going to move
my
on.
nerdy little office microphone now.
I feel like I should ask you for IT support right now.
Please hold the line.
Final, this is from 4002_VN. I guess for Luxembourg, it's between Crick and Tally, but to be honest, Luxembourg Song Contest is way better than MGP this year. Wow. Very provocative. We're going to move on to Finland. We're moving on to Finland, where there are 2 songs out. One, of course, is from Cyan Kicks, who finished second in 2022. And the other is Mania from, is it Sex Main?
Sex Man, yeah.
Sex Main. I was going to say Sex Mane. I filmed my reaction video last night, and I went between saying Sex Mane and Sex Main. In any case, you guys, let's open this up. Simon.
Yeah, for me, Cyan Kicks is way, the best of those 2. Cyan Kicks brings a lot of things that we want to see on a Eurovision stage. The music video is very, very impressive, and I love that. The genre is not going to be for anyone, but we thought the same with Katia when he first came out with Cha Cha Cha. I was like, okay, what is this actually? But this is a kind of song that grasps a hold on you, and like, it's very intriguing. it's one of the few, as I said, I went through, Finland, Ukraine, and also watching MGP. There was a lot of songs that I watched last night, and this one stood out for me. Like Sidekicks, they really grabbed my attention. So they will, and also because we saw them in 2022, we saw what they were capable of, at UMK live. So I think they will really be up there contending for the victory.
Lost Matches says, I don't feel the first two songs from Finland. And Ewan Crab says, Cyan Kicks got me. I'd send them to Malmö. Freddie.
Wow. Yeah, I think I agree so far. Of the two songs we heard, Cyan Kicks is one of the only songs I've heard this year that I can still sing without hearing it. You know what I mean? It's like it's resonated, it's staying with me. I'm really excited to see what they do with it live. Sex, are we going with Sex Main? Sex Main is a really good song. It's not particularly Eurovision-y to me. I think, unlike Cha Cha Cha, I think you may actually need to speak Finnish to really get the song, because it's like it's a rap song, right? It's not got a cha 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 hook, but you can tell the lyrics are quite deep. And when you read the subtitles, when you read the translation, it's deep. But that's not something that an audience that don't speak Finnish are going to get. And so that's where I am. I'll hold my thoughts until I see it live. But for the moment, it's Cyan Kicks for me out of the two.
Well, Freddie, Laura Jurich is not holding back. She says, Freddie is so cute. I heart emoji.
Put your number in the DMs, Laura.
Girl, you're trying to act like you're not into... You prefer a Lawrence to a Laura. Let's keep it real. All right.
Lawrence of my labia.
And then you'll get through to IT support. How can I help you?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my God.
Sinan
2 seconds. My doorbell.
Sinan Kicks.
Cyan Kicks. I want Cyan Kicks to win UMK and go to Eurovision. They absolutely deserve that. In 2022 with Hurricane, I love Hurricane. The word hurricane speaks so much to me.
Hurricane.
I absolutely loved that song back then. It's so melodic. I love when the rock songs, the pop rock songs are so melodic, and this one is again even more. I like it even more, than Hurricane. And now that for an example, in our interview with them, the girl Susanne, she says that we are even more confident now. Live we will be even more, even more energetic, even more, fire. And they have been getting ready for this UMK like 2 years. They had 2 years, and they have been, playing live to learn that confidence, to grow up that confidence. And I am absolutely 100% sure that they are going to be amazing live. And we know that people are, loving the song as well. It's not only me. And yeah, I'm absolutely excited about Cyan Kicks. And I want them to win. Come on.
Julia 2025 says, so far UMK is a little underwhelming. I'm not a huge fan of the songs. Dancing with Demons is a decent song, but comparing it to other rock songs in other national finals, it's quite underwhelming. And Movie Man says, Cyan Kicks is the best one so far. Yes, of the two, yeah. I would probably agree that Cyan Kicks is more memorable. To Freddie's point, it's the one that I can hum. However, and I'm going to upload this afternoon. I just filmed my Sex Main reaction. And if you read the lyrics, that song transforms. I think for the Finnish audience who understand Finnish, it may speak to them more than those of us outside who are like, what are they saying? He's very much talking about antidepressants and sort of the mania, the ups and downs, and how the medicine isn't doing the grind, doing the work. It's not working. But then he says, on the upside, I get lots of work done and I'm very focused in these moments. But then he crashes down. And the video, he's trapped in himself. Like he's wearing orange that says sex. It's not Louis Vuitton. Then the house, it's also orange that says sex. So he's like trapped in his own mind. The symbolism is deep. Even the laundry is decorated in this pattern. So everything is like sucked in. Yeah, I like it as a piece of work. But like if I was watching the show, I wouldn't vote for it. Because I'd be like, what is this? And I see that finger wagging and I'm coming right at you. The final point, honey, is that people have said that, the live vocals may not be amazing, he is one of Finland's most streamed artists. I'm just curious if without the digital enhancing, that voice is going to be strong, if that voice is going to slay. Simon, sorry.
That was my point, actually, because, I mean, we take it from Denmark, who didn't fare well with autotune or vocoder in Eurovision last year. You need to find out how he can do it live before we can judge it.
Interestingly, 0_O_0_0 writes, from the Spotify top 50 in Finland, Sex main song is much more popular in Finland than Cyan Kicks. Very interesting. Yeah. All right, you guys. Any other thoughts on Finland, the leaks? Freddie, I know you've been scouring the internet listening.
Yeah, look, I've been following the leaks a little bit. I am a massive fan of, is it Cine Sabotage? The small little teaser we had. I think for me that is so far the most exciting song that we've heard from that. I also quite liked Glow. Yes, Markin, I think that was. Also quite a fun song. I don't think it doesn't scream Eurovision to me. Cine Sabotage from the teaser, if it goes somewhere else with the song, I'd be very excited. I hope it's not all one note. I don't know, who else was there?
Hey, if you can't remember them, they're not worth discussing.
Okay.
Julia 2025, my problem with Dancing with Demons is that it feels plastic, which means that I don't really get any genuine emotion from the song, just good production, and that is it. That's very interesting. That's but I think the live version, again, that's when the emotion will come through, because online it's all processed and digitized, and it's just tough to kind of assess what will come through. But I'm hoping it'll be a little gritty, a little dirty on stage, because with Hurricane, I think we did see that. They were much better live with Hurricane than they were as a studio cut. All right, we're going to move on unless any of y'all have another thought. No's across the board. So now we're going to Ireland. And I want to start with this comment from Georgios Maliotakis. As for Ireland, if they send Judas, dead last, no points. If they send Love Like Us, bottom 3, potential last place. If it's Doomsday Blues, it's going to make it, but it will flop with the juries. So I'm reading a lot of negativity in that comment. Why don't we first go around and say who our personal winner is in Ireland, if you're able to do that? We will start with Simon.
I have two. I have two takes on this. My 90s boy band kind of heart goes with the boy band, but it won't stand a chance in Eurovision. Erica Cody is for me the far more interesting song of the 6. So I'm going to pick her.
Okay, for this first round, let's do that. Let's just keep it brief. Freddie.
I'm totally agreeing with Simon. I love the boy band. I think we need the boy band back. We have an absence of them in Eurovision, and Erica Cody is also great.
Sinan.
I really like that girl, or is it the band? I don't know. Ailsha. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Ailsha.
And Ailsha. I don't know, but Erica Cody as well. Oh my gosh, that girl, she's fierce.
Our readers are saying, floor mock, Doomsday Blue for me, Ia Titty. Oh, sorry, Ia. Greek letters. Doomsday Blue, Lil Catherine. Controversial opinion. I don't like Ireland songs. I think they'll be too boring or too wild for ESC audience. Sorry. Movie Man, Go Tobin. And Ewan Crab, Go Tobin for me is too much noise. As hearing the clip, I didn't hear much of the lyrics, but at least Ireland have the option of something a little different to turn around their fortunes. I think for me, it's between the songs that are less generic. I like the Ouija board devil worship song, Doomsday Blue, and I like Ailsha, the Go Tobin. I think they're just really different and dark. I mean, Go Tobin is a little AI-generated garage music, but that's fine. I just think they're really out there. It's like setting kerosene. But how the heck do you stage those in the late studio, right? So without like all the ghosting, yeah, you know, you're in a box in that studio without all the like drama, the LED. I don't know how that comes across, and my instinct tells me that the boy band is going to pose a big threat because these 95-year-old voters who watch the Late Show, they're like, oh, that sounds modern. That sounds really good. The young people will love it. There's no harmony. Like, why do you have like 5 or 6 people on stage and you don't harmonize for like the bulk of it? It really irritates me. Okay, going around. Boy band, let's break this down. Could the boy band win? They've got Louis Walsh on side. Simon.
Yes, definitely. For the reasons that you just mentioned, that setting is made for 5 cute boys to be there. It's, you know, a Friday evening, people are sitting there with their coffee, blah blah blah. And yes, and you know, we don't know how the jury is going to be, but if it is, you know, Lena Martin, Paul Harrington, those kind of people who always are on the jury, they will say, oh, look how nice, you know, and you know, the boy band song is just that much of a, yes, it's generic, but it's generic in the way that a lot of people like compared to other songs. There are none of the other songs that has this like nice pleasantry listening experience to it. I'm not saying it's a good boy band song. I've heard way better boy band songs. But hey, last time Louis Walsh boy band got into Eurovision, they got 8th place for Ireland, which is the best since 2000. So, yeah, but they have a chance.
Are you talking about Jedward?
Yes.
Yeah, that had edge though, right? That had edge. It was like, that was modern, that was good. But like, I'm sorry, this is more Lighthouse X than Jedward. No offense, Denmark.
I know. No. It's not. It's non-taken, but I know.
Yeah, it's just the Greek user EITTI says if the boy band wins, Ireland should just withdraw. Kieran Carolyn says Ireland never do well with Louis Walsh. Perhaps flashing back to Brendan Murray, the super high pitched voice and the big balloon from Kiev. And Yorgos says, I like the boy band, but realistically, they'll not make it. My favorites are Erica and Ailsha. Freddie.
Yeah, I completely agree. The only reason I like the boy band is because it's giving kind of 2008 nostalgia fancy. I don't think they'll qualify to the final with the boy band. But, you know, I mean, if there's a very young demographic watching Eurovision, I could see them becoming very successful after the competition with kind of 13-year-old tweenie girls, because there is absolutely an absence of this kind of stuff. Louis Walsh needs to bring us back stuff. But I also, isn't Louis Walsh supposed to be going on Celebrity Big Brother in March? I mean, the man's going to be busy. So I don't think he's expecting to win either.
What?
I think maybe there's a lack of...
Cody, I love her.
Maybe the reason we don't hear much of this, Freddie, is because there's no demand for it. Sinan, boy band.
Boy band? I don't know. I think Ireland, it's time to take a risk. Like, it's time to send something like the biggest risk song in the selection. And like, I think those people who choose, you know, who vote for the song, and the jury, you know, is there a jury? Yes, right? I think they choose it just like that. Like, they don't think about Eurovision at all. Like, they are just, okay, we like this one. Okay, I will vote for this. You know, they don't think think a lot about, you know, how are we going to stage that at Eurovision? How is this going to sound Eurovision? And I don't think they think internationally. And again, they have to take risks. Come on, it's time. Like, it's time.
And I just want to quickly clarify. Thank you, Sati. The Greek lettering is pronounced Sati. I would never have gotten
Marina
that
Sati.
right. So, like Marina Sati. Thank you so much, Kalispera, Greece. I want to read this comment from Purple Mask on the Wiwibloggs website, speaking about Next in Line. She says, a dose of reality for me. I expect this entry is probably going to win Eurosong because it is a simple song sung by nice young men. Now let's actually look at the song. This is mid to fast tempo. What makes it boring to some listeners is the lack of harmonic progression and a melodic refrain that goes round and round at the same time. I'm sure the Late Late Show will enjoy this very much, especially if the band can sing well live. But for a song contest, there are a few other songs in the Irish selection that technically deserve the win more than this one does. And I think this leads us to the discussion on risks. You gotta take risks. Look at Croatia. If they send a pop song, they don't make it. They send something crazy like Jacques Hudek, Man of Two Faces, or Let 3, they make the final, right? I feel like certain countries, for whatever reason, they just have to, Denmark, Jesus Christ, absolutely. You gotta take risks. So that's why I'm drawn to Ailsa, which sounds, I don't know, it's like someone is locked in a metal box and they have a drumstick and that's all they have to get out. They're just trying to get out of this metal box. And then Ouija Woman, Bambi Satan, whatever her name, Bambi Thug, it's like really loud, but I like it. You know, it's got the mysterious bits, and then it's got, yeah. To me, those are the ones that would stand out at Eurovision because they are so different. Do you have thoughts on these two darker songs? These two, I don't want to say Midnight Summer Night on Acid, but these two darker songs of the night, of the underworld. Simon.
Well, if I have to choose between those two, I think Ailsa has the best chance at Eurovision, but Bambi Thug I like better personally. But still, it again, we only have these like recordings from the radio. It sounds, when you have a nitty gritty song that's really gritty in a bad recording, it gets grittier and it doesn't really suit the song. So I need to see how they will do it. But I mean, Ailsa should be up there, not with the jury, but maybe with the televote.
Freddie.
Well, the one everyone's talking about is Gåte. So I don't know. All the Irish people in the comments are seemingly putting their backing behind that, and I feel like maybe you should, because what we know from Eurovision is you send a really kind of hyper local song, it really works because you're going to stand out naturally. So I think maybe if that's where the support is, then that's probably the one that's going to make them stand out the most. That's all I have to say on that matter.
Sinan.
I also like Bambi Talk, but I don't think it has that, bam, like wow effect that Ailsa's song has. So for me, all the way Ailsa. Like if I were in Ireland and watching this show and it's time to vote, my 20 SMSs are going to Ailsa 100%.
Yorgos Maliotakis says, Go Tobin is like a mix of cha-cha-cha and shoom. Oh, very interesting. Knave_4 writes, with Bambi and Ailsa, it depends on live. They can be hit or miss. Kieran Carolyn says, Go Tobin reminds me of Finland or Italy in the past few years. Okay, yeah. And Devin O'Kearney says, no more boy bands at Eurovision. Shout out to Devin, boyfriend of our Rinska Talita in the Netherlands, wishing you a happy life and a happy wife. All right, we move on. You brought up Erica Cody, Freddie. You really loved
Simon
that
did too.
first. Oh, and Simon as well. Goodness me. I gotta say, it just sounds generic. I feel it's fine. It's okay. I just don't think it would make the final necessarily in a televote only system.
I think it depends on what happens with the staging and how the live vocal is. I think it's a really nice song. And maybe you're right. It's a little bit generic. It could easily go on the radio. Maybe it won't stand out. But like the ones I hear audibly on my ears, it was giving nice feelings, and that's all I have to go on when you're just listening to something, right?
What kind of feelings do you consider nice? No, I'm just kidding. Simon.
Oh, she has a lot of interest.
No, yeah, it's a nice, easy pop song. And I suppose that's not always what's going to work on a Eurovision stage, but for me, that's the standout one. I think back to Gåte, it reminded me a bit of Fulin from a couple of years ago. Do you remember that? The Breton one. But yeah, again, it's kind of overwhelming, and that's not what I'm looking for when I'm putting something on a Spotify playlist. If that makes sense.
Oh. Mr. Falk, thoughts on Erica Cody?
Yeah, well, I don't know why you call it generic. I don't think it's generic, but it's the kind of song that could work with both a jury who could see the qualities and also the televote who wants, something fresher from Ireland than what we've seen in the past few years. And again, I need to hear this live. I also need to hear the others live because I have a suspicion that Erica might have the best vocals of the female artists that we're seeing in the final, but that remains to be seen. But it just, when I listen to the songs, okay, Erica was the last one of the 6 I listened to last night, and it was just like, oh yeah, okay, now I got it. So I think it has the best chance to impress both a jury and a televote at the same time and get enough points.
I totally take your point. This whole televote only semifinal makes me nervous for countries like Ireland. It's like they've got to bring something banging and memorable. Sinan, Erica Cody.
Oh, Erica Cody, she's so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, she will definitely get points for that. No, I mean, when I listen to that song, I imagine what happened to Brooke in Italy. I think the same thing is going to happen if they choose her, but not qualifying, sadly. Even though I think Brooke's song is much, much better than Erica's. And yeah, she seems like she's great live, big vocals and stuff. But I don't know. When I listen to that song, I feel like I'm watching her on the X Factor, and singing singing in the elimination phase, where they have to choose which to go to the next round, and this is the song. But yeah.
Is she an established artist?
She's got more than 30,000 Instagram followers. She's got a blue tick, and she's got a little following. No, she does. She's released some music. She's like up and coming.
She's great. She's great.
Well, SR says, I think Erica Cody is the best of the safe songs, but the risky songs are better choices. And y'all ain't got no more thoughts on Erica Cody? Dang. Okay, Erica Cody is not making an impact in our comment section. I am literally searching.
On X, she's making a lot of impact. Like I see that a lot of people like posting her, video and stuff.
Okay, here we go. There is a comment. Dara Folan says there's like a 99.9% chance that Erica will win. And George Yost says Isabella has what it takes to make it to the final, but she'll probably end up mid-table. Erica is the safest option. She will qualify and could end up in the left-hand side of the scoreboard. The juries would definitely help her because she's apparently very good live. All right. We need to quickly move on. Now, this is a bit of a curveball, you guys, because we didn't put this in our pre-chat discussion. I listened to the songs in Lithuania, the 2 qualifiers, and if you didn't, don't worry. B5 Minusha Barai Kaina. What about Lithuania? Why do you always skip Lithuania? The answer, B5 Manuka Barai Kina, is because they always have 75 songs. And you know what? When you got a job, 2 cats, a husband, I cannot listen to 75 songs, but I can listen to the qualifiers. And I've got to say, Sylvester is very good. That Sylvester song, you guys, after this chat, you need to listen to Sylvester. It is a really good song. The public put it second behind something a little silly, which was fine, but the jury put it first. We saw something similar with Monica Liu. So I think maybe Sylvester is being set up to go far in this competition. I really suggest you download it. It's very 2024, very current, very modern, and the man can sing, so I'm looking forward to that. So B5, Manusha Beret Kaina, sending you love. Hey, maybe we'll come to Vilnius. It's on our short list. Maybe we'll come to Vilnius. Mr. Tennyson, we need to talk. All right, we're moving on now. We talked about we're not moving on. This is Devin again. I'd be careful overestimating the impact of the late audience because their influence is going to be diluted by the international jury and the Eurovision fans and fans in the UK voting. All right, thank you for that caveat. We have taken it on board. All right, now we move on. You mentioned X Factor winner single or X Factor. This leads us to Georgia, the nation of Georgia, which has selected internally the singer Nutsa Buzaladze, who has been on every reality singing show you can think of. The voice of Turkey. She was on Georgia's Got Talent. She was on Dancing. Your Face Sounds Familiar. She was on American Idol in the United States most recently. The woman can sing. Let there be no doubt she can sing. The question is, will she have the song that is going to help Georgia break this curse? You can watch our interview on the Wiwibloggs YouTube channel. She wants to bring energy. She wants to bring ethnicity. Energetic, ethnic, giving me some Go Away Shum vibes. And she says she wants to mix it up. She wants to make people feel joy, not cry. Simon, first thoughts on Nutsa Buzaladze.
I heard some of the songs that is out there with her, and yes, the vocals are definitely there. My concern with Georgia is always that sometimes they try, and they mostly fail, and I'm saying that with a lot of love, because I don't think they're failing. We saw it with Eero in Liverpool, which was a huge fan favorite, but eventually ended up with having a song that too many people didn't understand. So I actually suggest if Georgia should they have a woman now with powerful vocals. We don't have, a powerful girl bop in the selection so far. So that could be a path for Georgia into the final if they go with, something that really showcases her abilities on stage. I don't know, is she a good dancer as well as a singer or whatever? I don't know that. But I think that would be the way for Georgia, because if they go too edgy again, like maybe some people thought that Eero's song Echo was, they would struggle again. But I'm really looking forward to it, because if she can match the vocals that we have heard on her previous songs, it's going to be really, really great from Georgia this year.
Nave04 writes, Nutsa is gonna slay. She can sing. I just hope they choose a really good song. Fingers crossed. Do says the vocals are vocaling. Ashley Lowndes says, so excited for Nutsa. Ewan Crab says, Georgia deserves to be in the final after Eero's injustice. And Julia2025 says, I have faith in Nutsa. Come on, I really want Georgia to qualify. Freddie, based on what you've seen, is it possible?
I think it's absolutely possible. Obviously, it depends on the song, but she's really likable, I think. Watching her interview with her yesterday, she seems quite fun. I also watched her American Idol audition, and she's got stage presence. I think she needs a team behind her to kind of rein her in a little bit. But I mean, as long as the song is good, I don't see any reason why not. But yeah, she seems fun.
I love that you said rein her in, because that's exactly what Judge Katy Perry did. Nutsa walked out and she was singing, what was the song? Oh, Lady Marmalade.
Yeah.
From Patti LaBelle. And she was doing all the dancing, all the wiggles. She had and Katy was like, too much. Strip it back. Let me hear the voice. And then she delivered on that voice. It was incredible. I have a feeling Sanan is going to absolutely love her. What are your thoughts?
Oh my gosh, I have maybe a little bit different connection to her. William knows that. She's also Turkish. Like, what? I remember, I think I watched her audition at the Voice of Turkey, but I never thought that she's like Georgian or, from other countries. She speaks so good Turkish. And can I say something in Turkish, please? Nutsa hayatım, kraliçem, seni çok seviyorum. Oh my gosh. I feel like she's going to bring, that kind of, Georgian, Turkish ethno vibes mixed with Lady Marmalade kind of song. Imagine that. Ethno Lady Marmalade song. I am absolutely ready for that. She is a showgirl. She is a showgirl. I feel like we are going to see a performance like as if we are in Vegas and went to her Vegas show residence, and then she's having 100 shows there, and then we are just Eurovision fans attending her concert. I feel like she has that star quality. She has that like she's most like she will be one of the most likable like as a person at the contest. And when every single person does interview with her, they will be like, wow, you're so cool, you like the best interviewer like ever, like, for an artist.
I've got to say, in that interview, you ask her one question and girl answers 20. You can just sit back, you can go make a cup of coffee, you can go take a shower and come back and she'll still be talking. And I love that. There's also this
It's a
very American,
podcast,
yeah, she's a podcast. And there is this funny like
Erica from
American
America.
quality to her where like I was like, so what did you learn from the contestants on American Idol? And without skipping a beat, she's like, they taught me to be real. I thought we were going to get a Real Housewives of Atlanta sort of dialogue. She's just on her own. She lives in Miami, so she's living La Vida Loca. But I think the Loca was already there
Ooh.
before she got to Miami. And
She's
I say that
camp.
as like,
That's what we're
she's
getting.
camp in the best
She's
possible way.
serving.
And
Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
our viewers are loving her. It's Adel says, been following her since forever. Nutsa was amazing. Oh, her problem is she couldn't really connect. The reason why she failed on Idol. Okay, well, she can work on that. I think maybe
What?
if the song comes from her, she'll have that connection. And she's got a lot of ideas. She's got a lot of ideas.
Mm.
Oh, but sorry, I'm gonna just skip the comments for a second. I think the fact that she's Turkish could really help her with that diaspora vote. Georgia's diaspora not so big, but the Turkish diaspora is enormous. So that could
Mm.
bode well for her. Final thoughts on Georgia, Nutsa Buzaladze, anyone?
I just remember something. When they announced her, I went to the Instagram just to, chill. And then a lot of my friends on Instagram that I follow, I went to see their stories, and oh my gosh, everybody was posting about her like they know her just before Eurovision. That was very very impressive, and they were like, oh my gosh, yes, finally she's there, and she's very very well known in the Eurovision community, definitely.
Well, speaking of well-known in the Eurovision community, there is one dish that is popping up on a lot of menus. It is Baby Lasagna. We are turning to Croatia, where there's a lot of buzz around two acts, really, Let 3 and Baby Lasagna. But let's start with the Italian dish. Our man from Istria, Simon, do you have thoughts on Baby Lasagna and the song Rim Tim? Ooh, Tim, that's nasty. Taggy Dim.
You need
I
to
love
read the
Tim
whole
Tams.
sentence. You need to read the whole sentence and not stop after Rim Tim, because that. Anyway,
What does Rim Team mean?
well, if you have a guy
Maybe.
named Tim, then let's take that outside.
We'll explain offline, babe. We'll explain
Yeah.
offline.
Yeah.
It will happen one day.
Okay,
All right,
interesting.
Simon.
Yeah, no, we saw what Croatia, as you said, William, when Croatia brings something that stands out, they really do well. And I think they would do that with if Baby Lasagna ends up winning. And he also seems, also from the interview you made, he seems really likable and really, wanting to be there. And I always think that when you have artists that really want to be in Eurovision and you can really feel it from them, it gives it an extra dimension. And also, in a televote only semifinal, you need to connect with the Eurovision fans out there, and he really wants to do that. And I like the song as well. It has this. It's a little bit edgy, but it's not too edgy, and it's the Rim Tim Ticket In thing. I can't say it's some. We're gonna have a Eurovision final if Kino also gets there. Rim Tim Ticket In and Dum Ticket and ring ding 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 ding. It's gonna be so much fun.
The TV's going to explode.
Yeah. no, but I like him. I like what he what he brings, and I like the song. I think that would really have a good chance. And also if we compare it to the new Let 3 song, which is like heavily overproduced, I want Baby Lasagna to go through. I'll be honest about that.
Freddie Tennyson, what's on your menu?
I agree. Baby Lasagna I think, is actually the best song of the season so far. It's like light years ahead in terms of quality for me. It's just, it's a great song. It reminds me of kind of The Offspring from back in the day, and that's the vibe I'm getting. It also has a really great message, given the interview you did with him, and he was talking about kind of young Croatians leaving. So I think he's interesting. He's clearly very smart. Hopefully the staging is really exciting. But yeah, I just think it's a really quality song.
And just to clarify, for those who haven't listened, he said the song was inspired by young Croatians leaving the country in search of better opportunities, and that makes him sad. And so the song tells the story of someone leaving home. He says goodbye to the cat, but the cat doesn't care, and he's very upset, and he goes away. If you read the lyrics translation, it's really quite moving, actually. I want to read a comment quickly. Lil Catherine says, LOL, Baby Lasagna versus Kino? I can see it. Charlotte says, good morning from Croatia. We've been rim tim tagging dimming last night. Girl. And Lost Matches says, Baby Lasagna is the best for now. So agreeing with you, Freddie. Sinan, thoughts on Baby Lasagna?
Oh my gosh, I'm not having baby lasagna, by the way. I'm having like adult, like big lasagna, like the biggest portion like ever, because I love lasagna with meat, you know. Stop, William, what are those faces? I am talking about something serious, you know. This song is amazing. This energy, while I was listening for the first time and reacting to it, I got the same energy like I did when I was watching live on the grand final of Eurovision 2021 Maneskin. I was like, blim, tim, tag, blim, tim, tag. And the chorus, it's so melodic. I absolutely love. I am saying it all the time, like, rock kind of Rammstein songs with melodic, choruses are the best, the best. And yeah, this is the best choice for Croatia. And it's time, the Balkan countries, it's time to triumph at Eurovision on the highest places and even win. Come on, you can do this. And also the message, I absolutely, this is literally a song made for me, because I did the same, left the country, my country, Bulgaria, just, to have more opportunities, bigger opportunities in Germany, where am I right now. So it's going to speak for a lot of people in the Balkan, countries, and they will definitely vote.
It's a really good point. And, not even just in the Balkans, if they do the PR campaign, get the story out, many people from countries have moved within Europe. So that's very exciting. Lost Matches says, Daddy Lasagna. Z-Monster says, Baby Lasagna is awesome. Really interested to see how it will be delivered live. I think Eugen could potentially score well with the juries, though. Agreed, Let 3 overproduced. Julia 2025 says, the fact that Baby Lasagna almost didn't make the list and is by far the favorite, I just think it's destiny. He has to go to ESC. Chaka Lady, Baby Lasagna, I'll vote for him, best choice. And finally, Yelena, Baby Lasagna could win ESC, but can't win DORA. He will win the audience, but the jury will destroy him. Like a delicious bechamel sauce, you lick that up. Now listen, Freddie and I have had this chat offline. I think he could win Eurovision. I honestly think this song has a Lordi element, is so in your face. He doesn't need the latex mask. That sound is so it's like a wall of sound. And I could see people in the Nordics eating this up. Like we see this in MGP and Melodi Festival, and every year there's some kind of rock song. He's better than Gåte. His lyrics are less cringe. I mean, granted, he's singing in Croatian, so I don't know what he's saying literally, but it feels more natural. Whereas with Gåte, because I understand what he's saying, I'm like, that's a little lame. You're basically just saying you want to kill us. You're basically saying, I know, that seems more like a spectacle, less meaning. Whereas this has so much meaning, and it's good music, and the singer's charismatic, and this is incredible. Zagreb 2025.
Let's go.
Oh, Patia 2025. Honestly, he's trending #1 in Croatia right now, so maybe the televote will be huge. I just hope those jurors pay attention to what the people want, and they don't vote for an overwrought ballad, because so often in Croatia. They'll just go for the overwrought ballad. But look, Let 3, did they top the jury last year?
No idea.
No
I don't
idea.
know.
But hey, you can win. You can win. Lil Catherine, Nordics will 100% eat it up if he goes to ESC. I would vote for Croatia. Final question for you all in this segment before we do Ukraine. 2 questions. Do you want this? Okay, let's start over. Wait.
Edit that part. Cut
Wait.
that part.
We're warts and all. Could this win Eurovision? I know we don't have all the songs. Simon.
Well, from the ones we have now, yes, but let's have Sweden and Italy, fielding their entries first, and then we'll see.
Freddie.
Yeah, I agree with Simon. It's not exactly a safe jury choice, but it's definitely up there with the best quality. So I think it could definitely win a televote.
C9.
Oh, if they send that song, I think it's top 5, even top 3, definitely.
And our viewers are agreeing. Movie Man says, Rimtim Taggy Dim is giving me the same feeling as Cha 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 gave. It is the beginning of an amazing journey. Others are pointing out, this is Maleficent, not Maleficent, Maleficent. Let 3 won the jury, but their competition was that awful girl group Harmonia Dissonance. So, Yelena says, yes, Let 3 did win the jury. So it is possible Baby Lasagna could win the jury. And... Oh, Yelena points out, but Let 3 is one of the biggest names in Croatia, whereas Baby Lasagna is not. And Thalis, we are happy to see you. Hello, beloved Wiwibloggs. Nice to see you. Thank you so much. Kalispera, Cyprus, Greece, wherever you are in the world, only love. I think this could win Eurovision. I really do. Based on what we've heard so far, this is the one that grabs you instantly with that bum, 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 bum. And also the performer's very charismatic. It has meaning. It's ticking so many boxes. It would become a media story. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about this. Hello, Croatia. I love when y'all do this to me. Oh, it's so nice. It's just nice to have a surprise, isn't it? But look, we've got to move on to our final topic, which is Ukraine. So Vala, Croatia, thank you so much. We move on to Vidbir. The 11 finalists are out. I quickly listened to all of them this morning and have some thoughts, as I'm sure you do too. Let's start with Simon.
For me, there is one clear favorite, and it's also a lot of other people's favorite. It is Alyona and Jerry Hale. That song for me has all the qualities, both to win Vidbir and, preserve Ukraine's very, very good track record in Eurovision. And it's funny because after I listened to all 11 songs again last night, I took some of the videos on YouTube, where people make top lists on Vidbir, and we agree. That song is for me by far the best. And I think a little bit of the problem in Vidbir is that a lot of the songs try to be edgy, try to be something, but it doesn't really connect. I don't know. Again, it's audio only, so you don't know what the staging will be. But if they end up doing what they didn't do last year and actually send Jerry Hale to Eurovision, I think Ukraine is up there battling again for top spots.
I'm going to jump in here before we move on, because I totally agree with you. I think it's a blessing that Jerry Hale didn't win last year, because this song is so much better, and paired with Alyona, huge pop star in Ukraine. She's one of their biggest artists. There's going to be so much support for this from Ukrainians at home, but also in the diaspora who have moved abroad. I feel like this song manages to address the mood in the country with the ongoing war, yet it's not as on the nose for foreign listeners. Like, there's another song in the selection where the woman, it says, we are mothers, we are children. It's very emotional, but it's so very clearly, this is all about the war. Whereas this song to a foreign listener, it could be about the war, it could be about something else. Do you know what I mean? It's more encompassing. And I think that gives it so much emotional power. And we know that Alyona can perform live. We know Jerry Hale has grown as a performer. This just seems like the obvious pick. And I hope they do pick it. 2 women. We rarely see female rappers. Yeah, I'm not counting San Marino 2018 with Ginny B and her. I'm not counting that. So we rarely see female rappers. and we rarely see kind of female power duos. I know we had Taya and Selena, but like I love when you have two women together doing their thing. Sinan.
Oh, Vidbir again, quality, professional, production, everything on 100%, 10 across the board again for Kiev, for Ukraine. I think it's going to be between Aliona Jerichal, and Melovin. You know, the battle of the titans, literally, because I absolutely love Melovin's songs as well. It's so interesting. At some point, he's like, 1, 2, I don't care, 1, 2, 3, something like that. And then in Spanish, un, dos, tres, I was like, what? That's so interesting. Like, that's a what, you know? And Aliona and Jerry Haya song is very, very Ukrainian, very modern Ukrainian song. And, you know, their rock parts worked as well in 2022, and they won the Eurovision Song Contest. So this may happen again, but I think Melvin is going to maybe win the public vote because he has so many fans, and Aliona and Jerry Hyle, they will probably win the jury, and then at the end, I don't know which song will go to Eurovision, but those two songs are, the best songs.
I thought Nazva, Slavic English, was giving a Moldova vibe in that it was a little silly, a little fun, and not what you would expect from Ukraine at this moment. So a part of me wants them to do really well. I don't necessarily want them to, actually, they could do well at Eurovision. They really could, because that song is so kooky. And people are just so serious these days. Oh my God. Not in Ukraine, but at Eurovision. It's like people are very like, we got to win this competition. And like, that is just a fun song. I think there's space for that. And also, let's go on through the list. Yagodi with Tsunamia. I guess that's Tsunami. I really like this. It's sort of like Shum meets Polly C. Fire of Love Poland 2019. If you followed that, I love you, because that was a lot of references. But it gives me that very ethnic sound. Oh, give me that Tsunami, girl, but no lives lost, please. Natural disasters are no joke. All right. Look, Freddie, Ukraine, I know you've been very busy, at the gym studio, among other places. Do you have thoughts on Ukraine and what they should send this year? Do you like the ethnic vibe? Do you like more poppy?
Ukraine, we know from experience, Ukraine always does best when they send a kind of ethnic vibe that's true to them. And I'm really happy to see Melovin back. Melovin. He's amazing. And he's such a nice guy. So that's all I have to say on that matter.
He kept it short. We'll close with some comments. Lil Catherine says, Ukraine, for me, they can't go wrong. And I think they will be top 10 again. Flormock says, Yak Tak, the best. Nave 04, Vidbir, like every year, Ukraine is slaying with so much quality songs. World says, Suri, Vidbir is interesting. Scrat is talking about Baby Lasagna. I haven't heard Baby Lasagna song, but from what you're saying, I need to. And Laura Juric, Croatia loves Wiwibloggs. We love you. Thank you so much. And then finally, Nave 04. Both Jerry and Aliona are huge names in Ukraine, and their song is trending everywhere. I think they have a huge chance, but I hope the jury don't fail them. Well, that is very interesting. Well, look, this has just sped by, this 1 hour and 8 minutes. Before we go, let's just go around with our closing thoughts on the Eurovision season thus far. Anything, what you're looking forward to seeing, news from your home national selection, what's disappointed you. Let's start with he who does not wear the crown, but who's going to watch the king be coronated later today, Simon.
Well, I am looking forward to spending a lot of time in Sweden in the next 6 weeks, because I'm going to 5 of the 6 Melfest shows.
And which one are you skipping?
Well, I'm skipping show 3 because that's the weekend where there is DMGP, and I have to be at DMGP because it's 10 minutes from where I live. So that's the only one I'm skipping. But I'm going to Norway semifinal 3 as well. And you're going to Trondheim, William, so we'll be there as well.
I'm dragging Freddie with me as well.
So yes,
we'll be there.
No way.
Oh my God.
See y'all in Trondheim, breaking news.
So yeah, Trondheim, be ready. No, I'm looking forward to the Nordics. I'm looking forward to UMK because I know that show will be very, very great. And I am looking forward to seeing if we can elevate something. I want to have a Eurovision this year where we don't have a winner song that we know 3 months in advance. That would be fun because let's face it, Loreen was a huge favorite from the beginning last year, and we've seen that in the past few years. So I want a Eurovision where we're like, who is going to win? We don't know. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And that's why I love the fact something like Baby Lasagna from Croatia, a country that never really does that well, could maybe be in the mix because it creates surprises and uncertainties. Freddie.
Yeah, wouldn't that be so exciting to see a Balkan win at Eurovision? I guess I'm obviously excited to see what Ole Alexander brings out. I am quite excited for Denmark. I mean, Denmark historically do quite well after when Sweden wins, so that'd be interesting to see. I'm very excited to see the UMK shebang that it's going to be this year. See what it's progressed into. That's me.
Sinan, honey.
Oh my gosh. For me, I'm looking forward to so much Benidorm. I love Benidorm Fest. I love España so much. And Serbia. All the way this year, like they have like the biggest chance at winning the song contest, Eurovision, like since so many years. And like it's going to be literally the battle of the big names, the titans, because not only the names of the participants but the songwriters, oh my gosh, they are like one of the best songwriters in Serbia, so it's going to be their battle as well. So I'm so excited. And come on, Balkan, bring back Eurovision to the Balkan countries. Let's eat those cevapcici with kajmak in Serbia. Shopska salata, börek.
Goodness. Was that a chopped salad?
Shopska salata, yeah.
I like so cute when you say
with feta cheese, with tomatoes, with cucumber.
Need some meat. Ollie Alexander, basically, if you live in the UK and you're a Eurovision fan, you always approach things with caution. And so part of me is like super excited, big artist, great songwriter, great producers. Then another part of me is like, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. You never know what's going to happen live. You never know what's going to happen behind the scenes. So yeah, I guess I'm excited to see what happens. Either way, it'll be interesting. I'm erring towards being optimistic because I think that Alexander has an established team. However, he's using his own people. Like a part of me is like, well, folks like Dan Shipton have institutional memory. They know how to work with the Eurovision stage and the people. It's a big bureaucracy. I don't know. So I go back and forth. But we will see what happens. I wish him only the best.
So you look only for UK forward.
Oh no, honey, I look forward to all of it. I look forward to spending so much time with you, with everyone else. Like, actually,
but which one the most?
Oh, the national selections.
Yes.
Well, I want to see what Sweden does because they've said they want to win 2 years in a row, and like they are able to do that. Like they have that ability. So, I was disappointed with their 2013 national selection. Like I just thought all of it was just a bit meh. And like Robin Sternberg went and Kranberg, sorry, it was fine, but yeah, it was fine. So this year maybe it will be
a decade.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, look, that's what we think. What do you think? Which national selections are you looking forward to the most? Which countries do you think will outperform, overperform, or underperform? And let us know here on Wiwibloggs.
Follow us on all our social media, Facebook, X, Threads is where we are at. Pinterest, MySpace, you name it. We're everywhere. Follow us.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have so many reaction videos coming up. Literally, we have so many unlisted, so many being edited right now, so many being filmed. Literally, I think I'm going to film so many today. So, yeah.
This is Freddie's first time giving an outro.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. And go listen to the podcast, What Really Happened at Eurovision, because it's really good and it took a lot of work. And
We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Finish. Oh,